Good evening and welcome back to Northern Kentucky as we get you ready on the Evansville Otters digital network for Game 2 of a three-game set between the Evansville Otters and the Florence Yalls, the two first-place teams in the West Division in the Frontier League early in the 2021 regular season. My name is Ryan Brown, so pleased you could join me tonight as we're getting ready for first pitch with a 5:31 Central start time. The Evansville Otters enter play with a 9-3 record. They slugged their way to an 11-7 victory over the Florence Yalls last night in the first of this three-game set from Yalls Ballpark. With the win, the Otters moved into a two-way tie with the Yalls for first place in the West Division in the early going of this 2021 Frontier League regular season. We will step aside and come back with lineups right after this. You're listening to the Evansville Otters pregame show on the Otters digital network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Welcome back to Yalls Ballpark in what has become a beautiful night for baseball. Evansville Otters, Florence Yalls coming up right here on the Otters Digital Network. My name is Ryan Brown. Thank you so much for joining me as we're watching two first-place teams in the West Division square off to, after this one, have one stand in first place and another on the outside looking in. For the Otters, who scored 11 runs last night on a season-high 19 hits, which tied the season high from back in 2019, the Otters will turn to a hot lineup indeed, and it looks like this. Miles Gordon, the center fielder, leads off and bats left-handed. Then it's the switch-hitting Andy DeJesus and shortstop who bats second. Elijah McNamee, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, plays in right field and bats right-handed. Then cleaning up is Riley Crane, the first baseman in this one. He also bats from the left-handed batter's box. Batting fifth, it's left-handed catcher Dakota Phillips. Then in the sixth spot, veteran and left-handed hitter John Schultz to DH. Then 7, 8, 9, Chris Pujols, the lefty Josh Henderson, and batting ninth, rounding out the order, it's Trent Nash over at second base. And they're squaring off against the right-handed pitcher Frank Valentino, making his second start of the Frontier League regular season. He comes in with an 0-1 record after one start, in which he threw 4 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 5, and those 2 runs he gave up both from the gopher ball. So he will be making his second start of the season against a pretty hot Otters lineup. They have been swinging the hot bats of late, and they come into the play with the best batting average, best runs scored, most hits, most doubles, most RBIs, and most total bases in the Frontier League entering play. We're about ready for first pitch from Y'all's Ballpark in Florence, Kentucky. First pitch fastball in there for strike one. First pitch officially coming to you at 6:33 Eastern Time, 5:33 Central. A pretty night in Florence, 75 degrees and mostly cloudy with some blue skies peeking through. 0-1 on its way. Another fastball from Valentino. It misses high. Gordon in the game last night, he went 1 for 5 with a RBI sacrifice fly and a run scored. A 1-1 count on the Otters center fielder. 1-1, he fouls it back to the netting. Just under this one is Gordon, who spent a number of years in the Reds organization as a farmhand and now is playing ball again here for the Otters, playing on the road in the greater Cincinnati area. The 1-2. This pitch misses up. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gordon. The 6'1", 175-pound, 23-year-old left-handed hitter. And Oakville, Ontario native. 2-2 on its way. Another fastball. Again, it misses upstairs. And the count has run full on the Otters' leadoff batter. Otters scored 11 runs last night on 19 hits. 3 long balls to boot. 3-2 misses outside, and the Otters center fielder will be aboard at first base following a leadoff walk in the top of the first inning. For Gordon, he entered play with a 6-game on-base streak. That now extends to 7 following the leadoff walk. And here comes Andy DeJesus. He had a nice night at the dish an evening ago. He went 3 for 5 with a walk mixed in. Valentino out of the stretch. First pitch, runners not going. Looks like he either took something off there or aimed that fastball a little bit more so he could find the strike zone, and he does. It's an 0-1 count on the Otters shortstop Andy DeJesus and former Indiana State University Sycamore. The pitch out here. Miles Gordon did take a few steps, an aggressive secondary, but he wasn't going anywhere, and whether the fastball missed outside or it was a real pitch out ordered up, the count is 1-1, and Gordon remains at first base. One to DeJesus. Gordon is going. The pitch outside. The throw down is not in time to get Gordon. He's in at second with a stolen base. The throw down from the catcher Trevor Crayport was a pretty good one. It didn't one-hop the shortstop Luis Pintor, who went over to cover, but it did take him off the bag to the right and to Pintor's left, which allowed Gordon to slide in head first and safely. Now a runner in scoring position for DeJesus. Nobody out, and a 2-1 count. Here it comes. Pitch misses up and away, 3-1. So Valentino, in his first at-bat against Gordon, lost the Otters center fielder in a 3-2 count, and here he's got Andy DeJesus with a 3-1. The pitch on its way. Andy DeJesus fouls it back. Now the count is full. DeJesus, his Indiana State Sycamores, they made it to an NCAA regional playoff tourney, I think you can call it. But they lost in the last game that Vanderbilt would play as they advance to the Super Regional. 3-2 is taken out into right center field. The center fielder is not going to be able to get there as it falls into the gap for extra bases. Around third is Gordon. The throw will go to second base as Andy DeJesus delivers with an RBI double in the top of the first. It's now a 1-0 game for the Evansville Otters early in this one. The double into the right center field gap. Will Baker went over to his left. He did a pretty good acting job, making it look like he might have a beat on it to try and keep Miles Gordon as close to second as he possibly could. But once it fell, it took a nice hop on the turf in the outfield and made it so it wasn't going to be a close play at home. Elijah McNamee now bats. Breaking ball, strike one from Frank Valentino. For DeJesus, that's his third RBI and his fourth double. 0-1 to McNamee, left side of the infield. It's the third baseman, Bryant. He has it on a hop, and he tosses to Jordan Brower at first. 5-3 for the first out in the top of the first inning. Otters with a 1-0 lead. Defensive alignment for the Florence Yalls. It's Rodney Tenney in left, Will Baker in center, and Chad Setio in right. Around the horn, Taylor Bryant, Luis Pintor, Harrison DeNicola, and Jordan Brower. And catching Frank DeNicola is Trevor Crayport. As Riley Crane steps to the dish. First pitch to him. Breaking ball stays outside. Riley Crane, great night for him at the plate. In game one of this series a night ago, he went 3 for 5 with a home run, a double, 2 runs driven in, 3 scored, and a walk. 1-0 to the Otters' first baseman. That catches the outside edge, strike one. Crane enters play, 9th in the league in hitting, with a batting average of .364. That's 16 hits through 44 at-bats. He's also tied for 4th with 3 homers. As the 1-1 is a called strike. Crane also enters play 3rd in terms of runs driven in. 2nd in runs scored. He's certainly had a hot offensive start. 1-2 is cut on and missed the fastball. Crane goes up the ladder to strike out for the second out on the top of the first. It brings up Dakota Phillips, a left-handed batter who last night had a 2-run homer back in the 7th inning. That was part of a 4-run 7th that put the Otters well out in front. First pitch to Phillips. That misses inside and low, 1-0 on the Otters catcher. Otters came back from a 4-run deficit, down 5-1 at the end of the second. They clubbed their way back into contention as the 1-0 is a called strike. Fastball from Valentino. Outside part of the plate, 1-1. One to Phillips. This pitch misses away. In the right-handed batter's box, it's 2-1. Phillips looking for the 2-out ribby, with Andy DeJesus over at second. Otters with a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. 2-1. Looks like he might have gone off speed there, or at least with some kind of cutter. He gets a strike on the inside part of the plate on Phillips. Runner at second, 2 out, and a 2-2 count on Phillips. The pitch. That's in the dirt and blocked by Crayport. It's a full count on Dakota Phillips with Andy DeJesus in scoring position here in the top of the first inning. 1 run already home. The 3-2 is waved at and missed. Strike 3 as Phillips is retired on strikes. It's back-to-back punch-outs for Frank Valentino to end the top of the first inning. But 1 run already scores thanks to Andy DeJesus' double with Miles Gordon already at second base to lead off the ball game. We head to the bottom of the first, 1-0 our score. Otters with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Bottom of the first inning. The Evansville Otters and their starter Tyler Vale, have an early 1-0 lead in this one. Game 2 of a 3-game set as the Otters hand the ball off to their veteran right-hander and fifth-year Otter, now with this season in 2021, Tyler Vale, the club's all-time strikeout record holder, who enters play with an 0-1 record, having thrown 13 innings, giving up 7 runs on 10 hits, and striking out 9. First pitch misses in from Vale. Looks like he might have gone with the slider. He faces Taylor Bryant, Luis Pintor, and Chad Sedio. 1, 2, 3. Righty, righty, lefty. Vale making his 3rd start of the season. 1-0. That misses low, perhaps outside. Now a 2-0 count on Taylor Bryant, who was 2 for 4 last night with a home run, a couple of runs scored, and a walk. Vale pitching, looking for his first win of the season tonight, as the 2-0 slider misses in. 3 balls, no strikes on Taylor Bryant. Looking for his first win that I'm sure he would take a somewhat of a relish in knowing that he was able to push his club into sole possession of first place with that kind of a win. 3-0 breaking ball. That's in there for a strike. 3-1. Taylor Bryant, the 3rd baseman for the Yalls tonight, played there last night as well. 3-1. This is pulled foul into the stands behind third. Vail trying to battle back from a 3-0 count to the Y'all's leadoff batter. As the count is now full. Otters with a 1-0 lead thanks to the RBI double by Andy DeJesus. The 3-2. A slider can't get Taylor Bryant to swing at it. Now it'll be Luis Pintor with a runner at first and nobody out. Vail was able to battle his way back into the count. It was down 3-0. Got a couple of strikes on Bryant. One called, one on a foul ball, then elected to go with that good slider of his, but a good job by Bryant not to offer at it. Here comes Luis Pintor. First pitch, another slider, this one a called strike on the outside corner. Pintor was 1 for 4 last night. He drove in a couple of runs. Pintor comes in batting .289, 13 hits through 45 at bats. 0-1, another slider and working backward in the count, if you will. Tyler Vail is ahead 0-2. Talked to his pitching coach, Max Peterson, before the game. And he talked about the great season that Vail was able to put together in 2019. The 0-2 coming. A slider in the dirt, but blocked nicely by Phillips. Keeping calm, cool, and collected as the pitch bounced maybe off his foot and went to his right, but he stayed right behind it and just stared down Taylor Bryant off of first. Well, anyway, what was Peterson credited with Vail's great 2019 and was his ability to start using that slider to get ahead in counts. The 1-2, runner goes. He gets a great break. So by the time Dakota Phillips is able to give a glove on a slider in the dirt that Luis Pintor does not offer at, Taylor Bryant will be in at second base with an uncontested stolen base, if you will. Luis Pintor, the shortstop for the Alls, batting with a runner at second, nobody out. 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss at the slider from Tyler Vail. Vail has his first out and his first punch out in the bottom of the first inning as Chad Sedio, the right fielder and left-handed hitter, heads toward home plate. Sedio was 1 for 4 with 3 punch-outs last night. He also reached base safely via the walk. He's got a runner at second with only 1 out. Breaking ball from Vail misses in, and Dakota Phillips will go out to have a word with the Lehigh Valley native veteran. These two worked together back in 2019. The Vail Phillips battery together again in 2021. Here comes the 1-0 from Vail. Ground ball to the right side. Crane has it. He's going to toss to Vail, who is racing over to cover. It's a 3-1 putout for the second out in the first inning as Taylor Bryant advances to third. It brings up the cleanup man, Trevor Crayport. while we have a moment as Christopher Pujols goes out to talk to Tyler Vale, let's give you the defensive alignment for the Otters. It's Josh Henderson, Miles Gordon, and Eli McNamee, left to right in the outfield, then Christopher Pujols, Andy DeJesus, Trent Nash, and Riley Crane in the infield. And as Dakota Phillips catches a breaking pitch that misses outside for ball one, you know that he is working behind the dish for his pitcher, Tyler Vale. A lot of hole up the middle. 1-0. Fastball from Vale at 89. The two-seamer works back into the strike zone from the outside edge. 1-1. Pretty pitch. Runner at third base, 2 out. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Picked in the dirt by Phillips. Otters with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Tyler Vale looking to work around a leadoff walk. 2-1 coming. This is hit well out toward left field and deep. Henderson going back toward the track to the wall. He looks up and it's gone. It's a 2-run home run for the cleanup man, Trevor Crayport. And the Florence Yalls take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first with the home run to left field. For Crayport, that's already his 4th home run. That puts him into a tie for second place in the Frontier League home run leaderboard. It now brings up Harrison DeNicola, who entering play is the second best hitter in the Frontier League early on. First pitch change, so DeNicola has swung on and missed 0-1. DeNicola playing second. He bats left-handed. The 0-1 coming. And this is grounded back up to the right side of second base and past the second baseman Trent Nash into right center. A throw from Miles Gordon as DeNicola tried to leg out a double is right on the money to Andy DeJesus. So thrown out trying to leg out a double on a base hit through the infield on the right side does not go Harrison DeNicola's way. But the Yalls take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first off the bat of Trevor Crayport with 2 out. We head to the top of the second inning, 2-1 our score. Yalls with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
We love our children and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. When you choose Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you have great doctors and great care to help your child stay healthy. And that is something to smile about. Choose Anthem to help keep your children healthy and happy. Enroll today. Call 1-800-403-0864. To learn more, visit www.anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
It's John Schultz to lead off. The top of the second inning, Otters down a run. The score 2-1. It's a first pitch strike on Schultz. He faces Frank Valentino, who gave up a run early in the first inning after Miles Gordon walked and stole a base, and Andy DeJesus doubled him home. Then Valentino struck out Riley Crane and Dakota Phillips for the second and third outs as the 0-1 pitch misses outside 1-1 after he got Elijah McNamee to ground out to third for the first out. Then Trevor Crayport homered to left with 2 out off Otters starter Tyler Vale. We'll see what John Schultz can do. A 1-1 count. He flies this out toward left field and getting into foul territory now as it bends from foul territory out into the stands behind the left field line. A 1-2 count on the Otters left-handed hitting designated hitter. The Otters now looking for a come-from-behind victory officially, now that they're down a run. Of the Otters' last 6 wins, each has been a come-from-behind victory. So they're the Rally Otters, if you will. Ground ball to the right side and through, as neither Jordan Brower, the first baseman, nor Harrison DeNicola could get a glove on the seeing eye single for John Schultz. Schultz with the 2-strike base hit. Able to find a hole and reach base safely. As Chris Pujols stands in. First pitch to Pujols is hit well out toward left center field. There's a charge in this one. It might split the gap, and oh my goodness, the center fielder Will Baker, upon approaching the wall, is able to make the catch, and they're going to double up John Schultz, who thought that ball had gotten down and had already rounded second. He thought there was no way a catch was going to be made. So it's going to go as an 8-3 double play. Christopher Pujols put a charge into it, but the center fielder, Will Baker, able to range into the left center field gap, approach the warning track, approach the wall, raise a glove up, and on a full run, make the catch. It brings up Josh Henderson. He takes a strike, 0-1. Henderson playing in left field. He bats left-handed. The breaking ball is fouled off at the plate. So tough outs 1 and 2 for the Otters in the top of the second inning. They will need to shake that off pretty quickly. See if they can restart something in the top of the second. 0-2 count on Henderson. And he fouls it off at the plate. Andy McCauley, though you can argue that John Schultz did his best to read whether or not that ball fell at the play ahead of him. I'm sure not thrilled with that play from a manager's perspective. 0-2. Ground ball, foul of first. First base coach Boots Day. He's out of the first base coaching box to grab that one as it bounces against the little wall in foul territory, and Toss it to a very happy young fan. Another 0-2. And swing and a miss this time as Henderson goes up the ladder chasing the fastball. Ends up being a 1-2-3 inning following the leadoff hit from John Schultz and the double play. Center fielder to the first baseman, Jordan Brower. Will Baker to Brower and the strikeout of Josh Henderson. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 our score here in Florence as the Y'alls lead the Otters. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Looking to buy a new home? We've got a sweet deal for you. Get a home sweet home mortgage loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union and get a great low rate, plus get $500 cash back. That's right. Get a great low rate on your mortgage loan and get $500 cash back. Apply at Heritage Federal Credit Union, where the mortgage loans are sweet and the service can't be beat. Get your $500 cash back today at your local HFCU branch or apply online at hfcu.info/mortgages.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Bottom of the second inning, 2-1 in favor of the Florence Y'alls. Facing Tyler Vale and the Otters, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 men in the order. Jordan Brower, Will Baker, and Joe Little. Brower, the left-handed hitter, facing Vale. He reaches out and hits this one out towards center field. Over to his right and under it is Miles Gordon to make the catch. It's a one-pitch out to begin the bottom of the second. Tyler Vale, who was drafted out of high school, Notre Dame High School in Easton, Pennsylvania, also in Eastern Pennsylvania for that matter, by the Oakland Athletics, who then came to play for the Evansville Otters in 2015 and 2016, as Vale gets a first pitch strike on the center fielder Will Baker. And out of Evansville, Vale was picked up by the Arizona Diamondbacks organization for a couple of seasons. Came back to Evansville in 2018. 0-1 breaking pitch. That misses outside. 1-1. Phillips out of the crouch now and out from the discolored circle on a turf field to talk with Tyler Vale. Vale got the first pitch out, getting Jordan Brower to fly out to center, and now faces Will Baker with a 1-1 count. Pitch on its way. Another breaking ball. Showing bunt was Will Baker, but he pulls back. 2-1 as it misses outside. Vale, the 6'2 right-hander, 29-year-old. 2-1 misses in, and turning his shoulder in to get out of the way is Will Baker. Florence Yalls and Evansville Otters meeting for the first time this season, the first of 4 series, 12 games. 3-1 at 83 from Vail. In there for a strike, 3-2. Full count on the Yalls third baseman. This is lifted out toward right field. McNamee got a beat on it. He makes the catch, 2 gone. Couple of fly ball outs for Tyler Vail. Here comes Joe Little, the left-handed hitting designator. They ought to call him that. That'll get shortened to that at some point. You could make a baseball movie about a former governor and bodybuilder who goes on to become a designated hitter in the National League once the rules change. The first pitch to Joe Lytle. Outside for ball 1, 1-0. And you could call it the designator. Somebody go pitch that in Hollywood for me, will ya? 1-0. Fastball outside corner. Vail, the veteran, gets the strike call. 1-1. Vail with the 1-1. This pitch misses just off the black. Lytle entered play 1 for his first 12. 2-1 coming. Looked like he went with the slider there. It's a called strike on the outside corner. The backdoor slider from Vail. 2 strikes on the Yalls designated hitter. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the bottom of the second. Pitch on its way. This is a high chopper. Vail off the mound to his left. He has it, and he throws on to Riley Crane at first for a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning. That's more like it. We head to the top of the third as the Otters look to tie this one and maybe even get out ahead in the top of the third inning. They're down a run. It's 2-1 in favor of Florence. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network on YouTube Live.
Looking to buy a new home? We've got a sweet deal for you. Get a home sweet home mortgage loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union and get a great low rate, plus get $500 cash back. That's right. Get a great low rate on your mortgage loan and get $500 cash back. Apply at Heritage Federal Credit Union, where the mortgage loans are sweet and the service can't be beat. Get your $500 cash back today at your local HFCU branch or apply online at hfcu.info/mortgages.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Top of the third inning, 2-1 score. Trent Nash, Miles Gordon, and Andy DeJesus to bat. 9-1-2. The Otters down a run, looking to put up more offense like they did in the first inning against Frank Valentino. And facing Frank Valentino here, looking to break the Y'all's hearts with maybe their 6th consecutive come from behind victory of victories. First pitch to Nash. He takes a strike on an off-speed pitch from Valentino. An 0-1, another breaking ball, again in there for a strike. The Otters have won 2 in a row, but of their last 6 wins, each has been of the come-from-behind variety. Trent Nash, the right-handed hitter, playing second base tonight. The 0-2 breaking ball this time misses out. A nice job by Nash to spit on the 0-2 bender. Count now 1-2 on Nash. 1-2 coming. That misses just off the plate. 2-2. Nash, who was a Frontier League draft pickup for the Otters. The 2-2 to him. The curveball he's able to foul off, as that one was just threatening to break back into the strike zone from starting off inside. So Nash able to read it and make the last minute decision to swing and foul it off. He stays alive. Count remains 2-2. Coming Nash. The fastball cut on and missed. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Valentino going back to the second inning. He has 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. As Miles Gordon, who walked to lead off the ball game and scored a run on the Andy DeJesus double, he strolls to the plate now. First pitch, curveball from Valentino. That's a strike. Valentino on the mound. Would be great to see the Otters bats crush him like they crushed it out there last night. The Otters are going to have their 3rd hit tonight as Miles Gordon wraps this back into center field. Ground ball base hit back up the middle. And Miles Gordon is on base for the 2nd time tonight. With 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning, the Otters down a run. Andy DeJesus, he doubled his last time. First pitch to him, he takes this one out toward shallow left center field. It'll fall for a base hit. Runners at first and second now with 1 out as Andy DeJesus just able to flick the barrel out there and go the opposite way with a flare to left center. And it brings up Elijah McNamee. McNamee was 1 for 4 last night. He grounded out to 3rd. Back in the 1st inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out. The first pitch to him is a fastball that misses up around McNamee's eyes. McNamee, he enters play with an 8-game hitting streak and has been on base in each of his first 11 ball games this season. The 1-0. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate, 1-1. McNamee with what would be a tying run out in scoring position. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. 1-1. Breaking ball misses. Oh, no, that's going to be called a hit by pitch, as it just got a piece of Elijah McNamee's left shoulder He was trying to bend out of the way of that one, but home plate umpire caught it quickly, and it will load the bases for Riley Crane. Crane drove in his club-leading 11th and 12th RBIs of the season last night. Hit a home run to boot. Crane, who won Frontier League Player of the Week honors. First pitch to the Otters' first baseman. Fastball, that's going to get back to the backstop. Coming home to score is Miles Gordon. He's safe as the Otters tie the game on a wild pitch, 2-2 in the top of the third. DeJesus heads to third, McNamee to second. For the Yalls, that's their 11th wild pitch already this season. In this, just their 13th game. Crane still batting with a 1-0 count. Runners at second and third and one out. First pitch, grounded foul to the right side. 1-1 on Crane. Valentino, I'm sure, did not love to allow the tying run to score via the wild pitch. He won't be writing any love letters to this inning or to how quickly that ball can skip on turf. 1-1, step off here. A 1-1, ground ball to the right side. Slow chopper, second baseman has it, throw in the dirt. It's a one-hopper, but coming in to score is Andy DeJesus from third on an RBI ground out for Riley Crane, his 13th run driven in his 13th game. As the Otters take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the third inning. Two out now for Dakota Phillips. McNamee over at third. Phillips struck out his last time. The first pitch to him is a called strike. Don't know if that was fastball or a split finger or but it looked like it had some downward dropping movement. The 0-1 is cut on and missed. Fastball up and in on Dakota Phillips. Oh, 0-2 count on the Otters catcher. Runner at third base and two out in the top of the third. Pitch on its way. Phillips takes this one out toward left field and out toward foul territory. As the left fielder Rodney Tenney went over to have a look at it. But it gets out of play, and one enterprising young fan heads out toward what has to be a very wet bluff. Grass section out here down behind the left field line to collect that foul ball and a little souvenir. We'll have another 0-2 right here. 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt and blocked by Trevor Crayport. Two runs home in the inning for the Otters. One on a wild pitch, the other an RBI ground out from Riley Crane. One-two. Fastball misses just off the plate. Count now pulls even 2-2. Phillips in his second season with the Otters. The Nacogdoches, Texas native. 2-2 home. In the dirt. Again, blocked by Crayport. Phillips spits on the breaking ball. Now a full count. On the Otters catcher as he takes off his helmet to wipe away the sweat on his brow. It's a humid one. It was raining all day here in Florence, but the rain has since passed us by. Full count on Phillips with a runner at third and 2 out. The pitch. It's a called third strike on a fastball. Phillips does not like the call. Though we head to the bottom of the third. Otters with a 3-2 lead now in game 2 of this series, thanks to the Riley Crane RBI ground out and Miles Gordon's scoring on a wild pitch. We head to the bottom of the third inning, 3-2 our score. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
We love our children and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. When you choose Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you have great doctors and great care to help your child stay healthy. And that is something to smile about. Choose Anthem to help keep your children healthy and happy. Enroll today. Call 1-800-403-0864. To learn more, visit www.anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Nine, 1-2 for the Yalls in the bottom of the third as Tyler Vale and the Otters have regained the lead. In the top half of this inning, Rodney Tenney, Taylor Bryant, and Luis Pintor facing the Otters veteran right-hander. First pitch to Tenney, who thought about slapping a drag bunt down there but pulled back, takes a first pitch fastball for strike number 1. Vale was able to retire the side in order. Back in the bottom of the second. 0-1 to Tenney. He just slaps this the other way. Coming in is Henderson, and in shallow left field with a full run, he makes the catch for a 2-pitch out to begin the bottom of the third. Quickly changing scores here in Florence. The back and forth familiar to last night's game. The Otters tied things up in the top of the third when Miles Gordon scored from third on a wild pitch. First pitch to Taylor Bryant misses outside. The slider from Tyler Vale falls behind 1-0. Then the Otters managed to tie it up. as a 1-0 slider's in there for a strike. Or they managed to take the lead, I should say, when Riley Crane collected his team leading 13th RBI with a ground out to second. As the 1-1 misses low, 2-0. Bryant, he walked his first time to lead off the Y'all's day at the plate in the bottom of the first. He bats with a 2-1 count. Vale, ground ball to third, backhanded by Pujols. A strong throw to first, gloved by Crane for the second out in the bottom of the third. It brings up Luis Pintor, who struck out his first time. First pitch slider. Front doors it to Luis Pintor. Starts inside and catches the inside corner on the right-handed batter. Vale had a fine 2019 season. It's an 0-1 slider again. Boy, that's a lot of movement there, tracking across the zone at 78 miles an hour. He gets Pintor to swing through it, 0-2. 2019, Vale went 5-5 with a 278 earned run average and 84 punch-outs in 81 innings. 0-2, swing and a miss at the slider. Vale punches out Luis Pintor for the final out of the third. The Otters lead 3-2. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network, as Tyler Vale has now retired 6 in a row.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
John Schultz leading off the bottom of the fourth like he did the bottom of the second. That time he singled. He still faces Frank Valentino. Otters with a 3-2 lead as Schultz takes a strike on an off-speed pitch. Schultz, the veteran left-handed hitter. He grounds this to short. Playing it off to his left is Luis Pintor. He throws onto Jordan Brower for a 2-pitch out to begin the bottom of the fourth inning. So here comes Christopher Pujols. Pujols did not play yesterday. He comes into tonight's game, 6 hits through 29 at-bats. Pujols, one of the 2 Frontier League draft pickups in tonight's lineup. First pitch breaking ball misses in, 1-0. Pujols, former farmhand. Another breaking ball, this one called a strike. In the Mets organization. Spent parts of 4 seasons in their organization. Another breaking ball, this one popped up foul, back and out of play. Now a 1-2 count on the Otters' third baseman. Pujols last played for the Kingsport Mets back in 2019, where he hit .262 through 206 at-bats. Clubbed 8 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and drove in 29. 1-2 coming. Another pitch there, maybe a cutter or slider. This is up in the zone, 2-2. Pujols put a charge into one his last time out toward left center field, but Will Baker made a nice play in front of the wall to deny him. This is a high chopper that is ruled foul at the plate, but it's the pitcher Valentino off the mound to put a glove on this one. Count now 2-2 on Christopher Pujols. Otters with a 3-2 lead in the top of the 4th inning. A 2-2 pitch is fouled back. Out over the roof here at Y'all's Ballpark in Firenze, Kentucky. Just south of Cincinnati. A little southwest. Two-two, breaking ball. And fighting this off is Christopher Pujols to stay alive. Pujols standing in against the Y'all's right-hander with a 2-2 count. Fastball this time, outside part of the plate, and Pujols is able to deflect it. With the bat as he fouls it back. Still battling. Here's Pujols making his 10th start at third base tonight. Another 2-2. This curveball misses low. 3-2. The 10th pitch in this at-bat now coming up. A full count on Pujols. Who will win the battle? 3-2. The 10th pitch, another foul ball back against the netting. Pujols, a resident of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Santo Domingo native in his first season in the Frontier League. The 3-2. That fastball misses in, perhaps low, and Pujols draws a 10-plus pitch walk. Go ahead and put an asterisk by that one. An 11-pitch walk. He was down on the count 1-2 and proceeded to foul off 4 consecutive pitches. Now it's Josh Henderson. He struck out his last time. He takes a pitch low for ball 1. The runner goes. The pitch misses outside. The throw down to second is not in time as Christopher Pujols is able to sneak a hand in there. The pitch outside makes it 2-0 on Henderson, and the Otters have their second stolen base tonight. Runner in scoring position, 1 out, 2-0 count on Henderson. He takes this out towards center field, but having him played perfectly is Will Baker. He makes the catch, and with a strong throw to the cutoff man, Luis Pintor, Christopher Pujols isn't going anywhere with 2 out. So here comes Trent Nash. This is first season in professional baseball. The Otters drafted him in the first round, 13th overall of the Frontier League tryout draft. Breaking pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Nash most recently played for Middle Georgia State University in 2019, where he hit .335, .450, .529 with 26 doubles and 6 home runs. That was good for an on-base plus slugging of .979. 0-1 to Nash. Goes to the fastball. He fouls it off. Back out of play and somewhat to the right. His senior year, Nash was recognized as the second-team All-American second baseman by the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. And he won the NAIA's Gold Glove Award for second base. 0-2 to Nash. And the fastball misses just outside, perhaps a touch low. 1-2 now on the Otters' second baseman. Over his 2 seasons with the Knights, Nash drove in 90 runs, 52 doubles, 21 home runs. The 1-2 curveball bounces but is blocked by Trevor Crayport. Nash, he also played 2 seasons with Bethune-Cookman University of the MEAC, an NCAA Division I school. The 2-2. That misses in the fastball. Getting his knees out of the way was Trent Nash. The count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pujols off second, 2 out, the 3-2 to Nash. Runner goes. This is hit well out toward the right center field gap. It is going to fall and one hop the wall for extra bases. Trent Nash into second with a 2 out, stand up, RBI double that gives the Otters a 4-2 lead in the top of the 4th. He perfectly split that gap out toward right center field and one hop the wall. Great to see from Nash, a guy who hasn't gotten a ton of playing time. Nash, this was just his 6th game and just his 4th start. He had only 12 at-bats entering play. He collects his 3rd hit, his 2nd double, and his 3rd run driven in. Has no doubt impressed with his work ethic. His manager, Andy McCauley, first pitch to Miles Gordon is cut on and missed. Looks like a changeup from Frank Valentino. Trent Nash off of second. Was able to win a spot on this roster with his performance and his demeanor in spring training. As the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1 on Gordon, who is 1 for 1 today at the plate with a walk and has scored 2 runs. One coming to Gordon. He takes this foul out of play to the left. That concludes a 7-game road trip. Nash off of second with 2 out. 1-2 count on Gordon, the pitch. And a strike 3 called on the fastball to Miles Gordon. The Otters add another thanks to the 2-out RBI double the opposite way from Trent Nash. They lead 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Bottom 4 from Florence. 3-4-5 for the Yalls. Otters with a 4-2 lead, as is Tyler Vale, who has retired his last 6 in a row. 7 if you count. Harrison DeNicola, who is thrown out, trying to stretch a single into a double. The first pitch to Chad Sedio, the left-handed batter, misses in 1-0. 1-0 home is pulled foul. Looks like he went back to that slider. 1-1. We'll have a brief moment as Elijah McNamee had to go retrieve that baseball. Now everyone's back in position. 1-1 count on Sedio. Two-seamer misses just off the plate. 2-1 now. Vale, though he grew up in Easton, Pennsylvania, not far from Philadelphia, said he grew up a New York Yankees fan. He went to more Yankees games than Phillies games as a kid. The 2-1 is hit well out toward right field, and looking up are the outfielders. as it clears a tall right field wall here at Y'all's Ballpark. It's a solo shot to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for Chad Setio. And it's now a 4-3 ball game here in Florence. Second home run hit by the Y'alls in this one. That is how they have collected their offense. For Setio, that's his second home run. First pitch to Crayport. He takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Crayport homered back in the first. A two-run shot that gave the Y'alls a 2-1 lead. 0-1 from Vail. Fastball. Misses the outside edge. 1-1. Otters in their road grays. Y'alls, their home whites. Breaking ball, slider. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. It's now 1-2 on Trevor Crayport. Otters playing Crayport a little bit to pull on the infield as DeJesus is shaded to his right. A breaking ball called third strike on Crayport. A beautiful pitch that dots the edge and freezes Crayport for the first out in the bottom of the fourth. For Vail, that's his third punch out. And it brings up Harrison DeNicola, who, as we mentioned earlier this inning, was thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double. First pitch to him. The two-seamer starts outside and runs away. 1-0. The 1-0 is hit out toward right center field. Over to his left is Miles Gordon. He makes the catch for the second out. It's a first pitch out for Harrison DeNicola. He slaps his hands as he rounds first. Upset that he probably just missed one there. But it's the second out in the bottom of the fourth. Otters with a 4-3 lead. It brings up Jordan Brower, who flew out to center his first time. Brower was 1 for 3 in the ballgame last night. There's a ground ball to the right side. It short hops Riley Crane, but he's got it. And he takes it to the bag himself. Back-to-back, one-pitch outs. Get Tyler Vail out of the fourth. But there was a leadoff home run that cut the Otters' lead down to 1. It's now a 4-3 game as we head to the top of the fifth. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
First pitch to Andy DeJesus is waved at and missed in the top of the 5th inning. 4-3 our score. Otters with a lead. Still facing Frank Valentino. Valentino, who for at least one game was a teammate of tomorrow's starter, as the 0-1 misses outside 1-1 on the Otters switch hitting shortstop. He was a teammate for at least one game, one start with the Brooklyn Cyclones, the Mets organization, with Paulo Portela, as the 1-1 is fouled off to the left. Portela will start tomorrow night for the Otters. And what Evansville hopes will be an opportunity to sweep the former first place club. 1-2. Fastball misses in. Valentino working out of the stretch, the 2-2. Pitch misses in the dirt, if you will, on a turf field. Now a full count on Andy DeJesus. You know what? Got to correct that Portela note. They did not share a team. That's a different note that we'll get to later. Frank Valentino, we believe, was teammates with Florence Y'all's closer, as this is grounded foul of first, Christian Tripp. Teammates with Christian Tripp, who was on the club for one game back on the 2019 Brooklyn Cyclones. Sorry about that. It's now a full count on Andy DeJesus with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Three-two to DeJesus. Misses away with the fastball. DeJesus trots down to first with a leadoff walk in the top of the 5th inning. Otters had a leadoff walk back in the 1st inning. It was Miles Gordon. He came around to score when Andy DeJesus doubled him home. There's something about a leadoff walk, which, if you asked me, for all the stats they can come up with in this day and age, I would love to see the difference between the likelihood, as Elijah McNamee bats and he fouls back to the netting the first pitch he sees. I would love to see the likelihood of a first pitch walk scoring versus a first pitch single in the inning. Sorry, a leadoff single. So a leadoff walk versus a leadoff single. Show me the likelihood that that runner scores, and I could bet you, I'd be willing to wager that the walk, even though it's the same 90 feet, is more likely to score. The 0-1 runs in, and wouldn't you know it, it gets a piece of Elijah McNamee for the second plate appearance in a row. Not able to get out of the way is McNamee. So wildness from Frank Valentino has runners at first and second with nobody out. And it brings up the Evergreen, Colorado native, Riley Crane. Crane, who didn't get a chance to play last year, but lived out in Montana as really, I guess what you would call as the breaking ball misses high on Crane. Last year he was managing a bar and restaurant out in small town Montana. The 1-0 in there for a strike on Crane, who gave the Otters a 3-2 lead back in the third inning on an RBI ground out to second. Crane, who last played for the Joliet Slammers back in 2019. 1-1, misses outside. Crane thought about offering at it, but he's able to hold up. 2-1 now on the Otters' first baseman. Two one coming. Fastball, strike two. Outside part of the plate on Crane. Crane, who went to Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. 2-2 is launched high, but toward shallow left field. It's the shortstop, Luis Pintor, out to glove it as Rodney Tenney comes in and loses a ball cap in the process. Pintor gloves it for the first out. Here in the top of the fifth inning. So here comes Dakota Phillips. Nacogdoches, Texas native, who we learned got to play baseball with Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Pat Mahomes back in the day. First pitch swinging is Dakota Phillips. He can't make contact. It's 0-1. Mahomes went to White House High School. The runners go on a pitch that is off the glove of the catcher, Crayport. The runners were going, so they'll likely be into second and third with two stolen bases. Andy DeJesus sliding into third and Elijah McNamee over at second. Now two men in scoring position for the Otters catcher. Left side of the infield is drawn in. The second baseman is not. 1-1. Dakota Phillips lifts this foul and out of play to the left. So I can't say we've seen this all that often, where the right side of the infield is playing at regular depth, the first baseman about even with the bag, but the left side of the infield is playing in. I guess it's inspired by some kind of a shift here, facing the left-handed batter Dakota Phillips, the 1-2. And this is over the head of the shortstop, Luis Pintor into left. One run will score. Elijah McNamee around third. The play of the plate is in to get him. Andy DeJesus is able to score, but Rodney Tenney throws out Elijah McNamee trying to score from second for the second out of the inning as the Otters take a 5-3 lead on the RBI base hit by Dakota Phillips to left. Credit Phillips. He saw that infield on the left side drawn in, and he said, well, I'll just serve this into left then. As I could almost guarantee is Pintor, if Pintor was playing back on that one, he would have had a play on a soft liner that was over his head. Now it's John Schultz. First pitch to him misses outside. Now a 5-3 ball game as the Otters get that run back they gave up in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-0 breaking ball misses up and away to Schultz. Chad Setio hit a leadoff home run in the bottom of the fourth. Cut the Otters lead from 2 to 1, and now they're up 2 again. Time is called as something has gone into the field of play. Looks like a baseball out in right center field. They might have lost that one from the bullpen. Out on the other side of the right field wall. Down the corner. That would be an impressive feat because that ball landed pretty much right in right center. 2-0 to Schultz. That fastball misses low. Maybe a little in on Schultz. 3-0 now on the Otters' designated hitter, who's 1 for 2 and grounded out to short his last time. To Schultz. And he takes ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Schultz. Has runners at first and second with 2 out. Phillips heads into scoring position. Schultz to first with what is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5th walk. Sorry, the 4th walk and 6th free pass if we count hit batsman. That will do it for Frank Valentino. A heartbreak performance for him. He leaves with a 5-3 deficit here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 out, runners at first and second, and we'll tell you about who is on to relieve him for the Alls when we return on the Otters Digital Network. First pitch single from Christopher Pujols loads the bases. Now it's Josh Henderson batting. Pitch misses outside, 1-0. With Phillips off of third, Schultz off second, and Pujols off of first. Otters with a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch is foul tipped into the catcher's glove. And on now to pitch for the Florence Yalls is the right-handed pitcher Jared Cheek. 1-1. That misses low. 2-1 now. Cheek relieving Frank Valentino, 5'11", 195 pounds, 28 years old, out of Weston, Florida. Last played for the Yalls. Bases loaded. Josh Henderson batting. The 2-1 misses away. 3-1 now on the Otters left fielder. Henderson to this point 0 for 2, the 3-1. He grounds this foul to the right side. Now the count is full with 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Jared Cheek relieving Frank Valentino. Cheek making his 4th appearance, coming in with an earned run average of 438. 3-2, runners go with 2 out, and it's a slow roller for Jordan Brower, the first baseman, to glove and take to the bag himself. Well, the Otters are able to push across one more thanks to the RBI base hit from Dakota Phillips. They now lead 5-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home. Otters versus the Yalls. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Looking to buy a new home? We've got a sweet deal for you. Get a home sweet home mortgage loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union and get a great low rate, plus get $500 cash back. That's right. Get a great low rate on your mortgage loan and get $500 cash back. Apply at Heritage Federal Credit Union, where the mortgage loans are sweet and the service can't be beat. Get your $500 cash back today at your local HFCU branch or apply online at hfcu.info/mortgages.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Will Baker, Joe Lytle, and Rodney Tenney, 7, 8, 9 for the Yalls, facing Tyler Vale into his 5th inning of work. The first pitch he tosses to Will Baker, misses outside with the breaking ball coming in at 75 miles an hour. Otters lead by 2, 5-3 over the Florence Yalls here in Florence, Kentucky. Vale looking to qualify for what would be his first win of the season. The 1-0 misses in. 2-0 now. Will Baker, he flew out to right his last time. Vale went 7 innings his last time. Gave up 4 runs, but it was a good enough start to help his club send it to extras in Game 2 of a doubleheader against the Lake Erie Crushers, as the 2-0 is a called strike, 2-1. A game that the Otters would win thanks to their first ever Dinger Derby off, if you will. 2-1 count on Baker. A line drive into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Baker aboard with a leadoff single. The Otters just added another run in the top of the fifth inning, making the score 5-3. When Dakota Phillips drove in as a throw over here, the runner back standing. When Dakota Phillips drove in Andy DeJesus from third. With one out, the Otters would then load the bases and leave them loaded. The runner going on a pitch that misses inside. Dakota Phillips not able to transfer it cleanly from his glove to his throwing hand, and Will Baker is into second base with a stolen base without a throw. For Will Baker, that's already his fourth stolen base. The 0-1, that's a strike on Lytle. He's now down in the count, 0-2. Four hits so far for the Yalls. They've scored 3. The Otters have 5 runs on 7 hits in what is, to this point, an errorless ball game. Vale will step off as DeJesus, the shortstop, was dancing behind the runner Will Baker. Oh, 2 is ripped into right. Toward the corner is McNamee. A run is going to come in to score on an RBI single from Joe Lytle with an 0-2 count. It's now a 5-4 game in the bottom of the fifth. It brings up Rodney Tenney, who flew out to left his last time. Will Baker driven in by Joe Lytle. Lytle, that's his second hit this season and his first run driven in. First pitch to Tenney. There is a bunt attempt here, but it's bunted foul. Foul of the line in right. Well, it becomes the right field line, as you know. It's the right side of the infield. You're following along. Tenney flew out to left his last time. Vale trying to get through 5 innings here with a lead. No movement in that Otters pen. The 0-1. This is a ground ball. Pujols was playing in. He had a chance at 2, but because of a bobble, has to go to first for 1 out. That will allow Joe Lytle to get into second base on the 5-3 ground ball. But Tenney runs so well out of the left-handed batter's box. No guarantees on a double play there. But a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Taylor Bryant, the top of the order for these Florence Yalls. Florence Yalls, nay Freedom. Open play in 2003. They played out in Ohio for their first season, then got to play here in Yalls Ballpark when it was first built in 2004. Breaking pitch picked by Dakota Phillips, and the runner, Joe Lytle, was almost caught off second base on the throw behind him when he saw that pitch was going to bounce in the dirt. But the throw to Trent Nash, not quite in time to get Lytle. 1-0 on Taylor Bryant. Vale comes set. The 1-0. Slider misses just off the plate, maybe a touch low. Vale gave up 2 in the first on a home run. 1 an inning ago in the fourth on another dinger. The 2-0. That pitch runs in. The fastball from Vale almost gets a piece of the third baseman Bryant, who grounded out to third his last time. It's now a 3-0 count on Taylor Bryant facing Tyler Vale. Pitch on its way. Fastball. Wow. Don't know where that one missed. Maybe a touch low. It's a 4-pitch walk to Bryant. Now runners at first and second with only 1 out. It brings up Luis Pintor. Y'all's trying to battle back in this one. They're down a run. Are the Florence Y'alls. The first pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Again, as you heard earlier, pitching coach Max Peterson mentioned what made Vale a better pitcher in 2019 compared to his 2018 season was his ability in tough situations to work backward in the count. To get ahead in the count. Start off with slow stuff, then go fastball. This slider is hit out into the corner and left. This is going to tie the game and perhaps do more. Henderson will get it into DeJesus, the shortstop, quickly to limit the damage to 1, but with an RBI double off the bat of Luis Pintor to left, the Florence Y'alls tie the game at 5 in the bottom of the 5th. It brings up Chad Sedio, who homered his last time. And Vale will have a conversation with Phillips on the mound. Sixth hit now for the Y'alls. Runners at second and third, 1 out. We'll see if Vale can find a way to strand those runners and keep this a tie ball game. First pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike on Sedio. Sedio, the left-handed batter. 6'3", 215 pounds. 27 years old, the Medina, Ohio native. The 0-1. Ground ball to the right side, backhanded and booted by Trent Nash. By the time he throws to first, it will be well late, and another run comes in to score. It's now a 6-5 game in the bottom of the fifth. Y'alls retake the lead for the first time since the bottom of the first. On what's ruled an error on the Otters' second baseman, Nash. And here comes pitching coach Max Peterson. Bryant coming in to score from third. Now a 6-5 game following what is a 3-run fifth inning for the Y'alls, and it's not over yet. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Tyler Vale with that good two-seam slider combo. Might be looking to roll the twofer. First pitch slider to Trevor Crayport in there for a strike, 0-1. Runner goes from first. It's grounded foul on the left side. 0-2 on Crayport. That was the runner Chad Setio in motion off of first. Throw over to first here. Runner back without a tag. Crayport, 1 for 2. He had a 2-run homer in the first inning and struck out looking his last time up. Runner goes from first again. Setio, the pitch, misses low in the dirt, and Phillips won't try it. It's a stolen base for Setio, and now runners at second and third with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. The infield is in. The 1-2 to Crayport. A little slow. Oh, it's fouled off the plate. It was rolled up the third base line. It just got foul. Foul balls. It might have gotten a piece of Crayport in the right-handed batter's box. So they'll do it again. As I believe a right-hander's getting loose, perhaps. The Otters bullpen, there's some movement out there at least. Another 1-2 and another foul ball. Trevor Crayport, the Norcross, Georgia native, facing Vale. 1-2. Breaking ball. Misses outside and just catches the leather of the catcher, Phillips. Two balls, 2 strikes on Trevor Crayport. Runners at second and third. 1 out. The pitch. Ground ball and foul of third. Just barely. As Pujols dove for it. Everyone is going to have to take some time to get back. Luis Pintor made it all the way home. So now that he has touched third, we may resume. 2 men in scoring position, 1 out. The infield drawn in. 2-2 count on Crayport. The pitch. Slider, spat on, 3-2. Now the count full on the Y'all's catcher, Crayport. Otters down a run in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 home. Ground ball up the middle, over the head of the pitcher Vale, and into center field. Scoring is Pintor and Setio, and now it's an 8-5 game in the bottom of the 5th. A 2-run single for Crayport, and the Y'alls have a 3-run lead. And here comes Max Peterson, which means that's it for Tyler Vale. He crosses the first base line, so we'll see who he goes with next, as coming out of the bullpen is one of his right-handers. That'll do it for Tyler Vale. He goes 4 1/3. He gives up 8 runs. He is still responsible for Trevor Crayport over at first. Otters need 2 to get out of the inning. We're still in the bottom of the 5th. 8-5 our score. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Looking to buy a new home? We've got a sweet deal for you. Get a home sweet home mortgage loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union and get a great low rate, plus get $500 cash back. That's right. Get a great low rate on your mortgage loan and get $500 cash back. Apply at Heritage Federal Credit Union, where the mortgage loans are sweet and the service can't be beat. Get your $500 cash back today at your local HFCU branch, or apply online at hfcu.info/mortgages.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
Harrison DeNicola faces Denver McQuarrie in the bottom of the fifth, relieving Tyler Vale. 8-5 our score. First pitch, fouls it back to the netting, 0-1. 86 miles an hour from Denver McQuarrie, who's making his fourth appearance of the season. He's thrown 6 innings. He's given up 3 hits. He's struck out 3. He's walked 6 and allowed 2 runs to score. The runner at first, Trevor Crayport, is Vales. The throw over, the runner, ooh, they almost had him picked off, and a nice play by Riley Crane to try to slap a tag down there, but barely able to get a hand in is Trevor Crayport. Nice pickoff move from Denver McQuarrie. Y'alls have scored 5 in the inning. Another throw over, and this one gets away, though they caught Crayport leaning. It gets by Crane. It'll go as an error on McQuarrie that allows Crayport to advance to second. Now that we're settled back in, a runner at second, 1 out. DeNicola batting, the 0-1, a breaking ball, and that is in the turf. It gets away from the catcher Phillips. It's a wild pitch that allows Crayport to get into third base with only 1 out. And that looks ugly. No way to sugarcoat this. Otters in danger of a little implosion here in the bottom of the fifth. An RBI single from Joe Lytle. Another run driven in by Luis Pintor, and 2 runs driven in by Trevor Crayport. 1 scored on an error. 1-1. The off-speed pitch from McQuarrie misses out. 2-1. DeNicola 1 for 2. He entered play as the second best hitter in the Frontier League. Infield is in, the 2-1. And the breaking ball is lined into right field past the diving first baseman Riley Crane. This will score a run. Trevor Crayport from third. It's now a 9-5 game in the bottom of the fifth, and 6 have come in to score. Mercy. That will close the book on Vale. All told, 7 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, a couple of walks, 3 punch-outs. First pitch fastball from McQuarrie misses outside to Jordan Brower, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Another throw over. This time it's DeNicola off of first. He's back safely. Will Baker got the inning started with a single. Joe Lytle followed it up following a stolen base. Ground ball, short hop pick from Riley Crane. throw pulls Andy DeJesus to his right and off his feet. He's able to keep a foot on the bag. There will be no double play, as Andy DeJesus is able to hold on to a throw that takes him a little bit off the bag, but I suppose not really off it. It's a 3-6 fielder's choice. That allows Brower to reach first. Now 2 out. Will Baker batting for the second time this inning. Rodney Tenney would ground out to short. The first pitch misses outside. Phillips wanted to throw behind the runner, but he thought about first. Probably just a moment too soon. As the ball popped out of his glove, hoping to transfer it to his throwing hand. The 1-0 to Baker. Breaking ball, misses away. Then Taylor Bryant singled. Or Taylor Bryant walked, rather. As this pitch is in the dirt and gets away all the way to the backstop on a high hop. Another ball that gets to the backstop will allow Harrison DeNicola to advance into scoring position here. Second wild pitch in the inning for Denver McQuarrie. And as he steps off the rubber, a balk is called. So after a wild pitch, a balk allows DeNicola to head 90 feet from home at third. 3-0 from McQuarrie. There's a strike, 3-1. Sorry, correction to make. DeNicola, he was thrown out in the fielder's choice. That's Brower. He is at third with 2 out. 3-1. Fastball misses outside. Ball 4. Runners at the corners here. Following the 2-out walk to Will Baker, here's Joe Lytle, who singled home a run his last time, which, by the way, was in this inning. A 9-5 game. First pitch to Lytle, fouled off to the left. You want to stay within slam range. Stay within 4. It's still a ball game. 6 runs have scored in the inning. The 0-1 from McQuarrie. In for a strike. 0-2. Runners at the corners, 0-2 with 2 out. This is fouled out of play to the left. Nothing to say but an ugly inning. 6 home. Vale gave up hard contact. McQuarrie suffering from Some wildness. A swing and a miss here, and mercifully the inning comes to an end as McQuarrie punches out Lytle. But 6 score, and the Yalls take a 9-5 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 6th inning coming up. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 6th inning, Trent Nash takes a strike. He doubled home a run his last time. Otters need him to get on base here. They now trail 9-5 in the top of the 6th. The 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Jared Creek gets blown by Nash, and he's down in the count 0-2. A 6-run bottom of the 5th inning. 0-2 on its way. Another fastball, another swing and a miss for strike 3. Cheek gets the best of Nash. Brings up Miles Gordon. Gordon 1 for 2. He struck out his last time, but has singled, walked, and scored a run. Ground ball to the right side, speared. Tyler Bryant to his right. The throw to first is, I think, botched by Jordan Brower. As it is pulling him somewhat off the glove. So now Miles Gordon is over at first. With 1 out, it brings up Andy DeJesus. First pitch to DeJesus, fastball at 89. Inside part of the plate. 0-1 on DeJesus. Oh, 1 to DeJesus. That misses outside, 1-1. Gordon off of first with 1 out. Otters down 4. Number 2 man in the order, Andy DeJesus, who's 2 for 2 with a walk. Fouls this off his hands. Another heater from Jared Cheek. Foul ball, 1 and 2 count on the Otters shortstop. A throw over here. Gordon back with a hand in. Florence Yalls named after that water tower you've no doubt seen if you've ever driven south from Cincinnati toward Louisville. Time call at the plate. We've got a big water tower out here that was built back in the 1970s, 1980s, believe. We're going to have to check that. But it was initially built to advertise, or when it was built and then painted, it was first painted to advertise an upcoming mall. As this is ripped into right field, a base hit that will put runners at first and second. It's the third hit for Andy DeJesus, and he can now claim back-to-back 3-hit nights. He went 3 for 5 last night. He's 3 for 3 in this one. So here comes Elijah McNamee. Runners at first and second with 1 out. First pitch, breaking ball to McNamee. Misses high. For DeJesus, that is his third consecutive multi-hit game. Back-to-back 3-hit performances. A throw behind the runner at second, the inside move. Almost gets Miles Gordon off of second. Gordon back safely. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Facing McNamee. The pitch. That is up and in. 2-0 on the Otters right fielder. The 2-0 curve is cut on and missed by McNamee. 2-1 now. Now the 2-1. Another breaking ball, another swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes on McNamee. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by pitches last time. And walked, well, actually his last 2 times, excuse me. McNamee, he's got a big hole on the right side. Thanks to the fact that the second baseman, DeNicola, is shading toward the bag at second. The 2-2. Fastball misses. 3-2 now on McNamee. Now low and outside. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Full count. The runners go, and it's a called third strike. DeJesus will get into third base safely as the throw has to get blocked by the third baseman, Bryant, as it short hops him. The strikeout of McNamee for the second out, but a couple of stolen bases as Gordon, is in at third. DeJesus at second. We'll see what Riley Crane can do. Down 4, 2 out. First pitch fastball, strike outside part of the plate. McNamee has just struck out. Crane is 0 for 3. And we're going to have a time called here as the home plate umpire is going to jaw at the Otters dugout and try to quiet some chirping they must have heard. Oh, 1. That's in the dirt, and it gets away. Breaking for home is Miles Gordon. He will score without a play. It's now a 9-6 game. The wild pitch allows Gordon to score. That's the second time he's scored on a wild one in this game. And that is an important run just to help get the taste of that six-run fifth out of your mouth a little bit, just to demonstrate you haven't given up. 1-1 to Crane. That misses high above the letters, 2-1. DeJesus off third. Crane batting with a 2-1 count and 2 out in the top of the 6th. This pitch is grounded out toward DeNicola at second. 4-3 ground ball. 1 run in to score, though, on the wild pitch, as Miles Gordon scored from third with 2 out. It's now a 9-6 game. Otters are going to have to try to keep this as close as they can as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Y'all's with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
We love our children and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. When you choose Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you have great doctors and great care to help your child stay healthy. And that is something to smile about. Choose Anthem to help keep your children healthy and happy. Enroll today. Call 1-800-403-0864. To learn more, visit www.anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Bottom 6. It's still McQuarrie out there. First pitch strike on Rodney Tenney in a 9-6 game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rodney Tenney, then Taylor Bryant and Luis Pintor, 9-1 and 2. 0-1. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. McQuarrie ahead in the count, 0-2 on Rodney Tenney. Pitch on its way, and he grounds this out toward DeJesus, the shortstop. The throw to first, no problem for Crane. 3 pitches, 1 ground out for Denver McQuarrie here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike called now on Taylor Bryant. Bryant, he walked his last time up. He's 0 for 1. He scored a couple of runs on a couple of walks. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Misses outside, 1-1. One on its way. Another breaking ball it looked like, and this one fouled back to the top of the netting. McQuarrie ahead of Bryant, 1-2. McQuarrie, the Maben, Mississippi native. This his first full regular season in professional baseball. 1-2 to Bryant. Fastball just above the letters, 2-2. Two now. Another curveball. This one lifted into foul territory. First baseman Riley Crane toward the Otters dugout makes the catch for the second out. Things proceeding smoothly for Denver McQuarrie and the Otters in the bottom of the 6th. McQuarrie pitched alongside Elijah McNamee in 2018 at Mississippi State. Breaking ball misses away, 1-0 to Luis Pintor. Pintor 1 for 3. Pintor doubled his last time, the 1-0. Up and in. Now 2-0 on the all shortstop. Another curve from McQuarrie. It misses out, 3-0. Two out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Otters down by 3. 9-6 game. Fastball in for a strike. McQuarrie was also a high school football star. He currently holds the record for interceptions for all classifications of football in Mississippi high school football history. McQuarrie elects to go with a 3-1 curveball, and it misses outside for ball 4. It's a 2-out walk to Luis Pintor and Chad Setio will hope to make the Otters pay for the 2-out walk. He reached via an error his last time. Setio 1 for 3. He also homered back in the 4th. Setio, throw over here. Pickoff attempt, not in time. McQuarrie loves paying attention to those runners off of first. Doesn't want them to think he's forgotten about them. Setio, the left-handed batter, was drafted in the 27th round, that's right, of the 2016 June MLB draft. This is hit out toward left field. Going back to the track is Henderson, and right on the track, he makes the catch for the final out of the 6th. Otters trailed by 3. We head to the 7th inning. 9-6 our score here in Florence. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Five, 6, and 7 batters for the Otters. It's Dakota Phillips, John Schultz, and Christopher Pujols. Facing Jared Cheek in his second full inning of work. The first pitch fastball misses low to Phillips. The Otters backstop, who is coming off an RBI single back in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 coming. He spears this foul into the stands. The other way down the left field line. 1-1 on Phillips, who homered in the ballgame last night. He also homered in game 1 of the doubleheader in Schaumburg on Sunday. The 1-1 coming. Another foul ball. Fastball coming in on the hands of Phillips. A little late on it. 1-2 coming. Pitch misses upstairs to even the count at 2. Two on the way. A swing and a miss at the fastball. Phillips down on strikes for the first out in the top of the 7th. Otters are down by 3. Score is 9-6. Here in Florence, they won last night by a score of 11-7. As John Schultz stands in, he's 1 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, changeup from Jared Cheek. Catches the low outside corner on the designated hitter, Schultz. 0-1. Fastball is hit. Oh, not quite over. The leaping Luis Pintor, who robs John Schultz of a 1-out base hit. Pintor leaped into the air, stuck his glove up, and the 5'9" shortstop, a perhaps generous 5'9", able to bring one back with him as he leapt into the air. Now 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Christopher Pujols, he singled his last time. The slider, or the slurve, from Jared Cheek. Catches the outside edge, 0-1. That same breaking ball, another strike. Pujols down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 to Pujols. Breaking pitch. That misses just inside. Or I guess it missed well inside, and it just missed Christopher Pujols' left shoulder. Otters third baseman versus Jared Cheek. Top of the 7th inning. The 1-2. Fouled back to the netting. Count remains 1-2. Pujols had an 11-pitch at-bat and in a walk. Back in the 4th inning. A 1-2 curve gets the best of Pujols. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jared Cheek and the Florence Yalls. They lead Evansville by a score of 9-6 as we enter the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Trevor Crayport bats in the bottom of the 7th inning. His Florence Yalls have a 9-6 lead. Denver McQuarrie up for his second full inning of work. Starts him off with a curveball that misses outside. 1-0 on the Yalls catcher. 1-0 fouled back. McQuarrie worked around a 2-out walk in the bottom of the 6th inning to throw up a scoreless frame then. Looking to another to keep this ball game within 3. 1-1. Another curveball from McQuarrie. It misses up. 2-1. Now the big kick. He deals the 2-1. And the fastball misses inside. We started talking about that landmark in Florence for which this team is aptly named. A 3-1, maybe a little cutter, slider from McQuarrie. Had some nice lateral movement. Now 3-2 count. The tower was built in 1974 and then painted in that same year by the Virginia Erection Company. And they painted it with that red and white pattern as the 3-2 Bender misses out to walk Crayport. With an advertisement for a mall that was set to open in 1976. So the water tower originally said Florence Mall. But in July 1974, the Bureau of Highways started raising concerns and objections to city leaders, saying that it was illegal to use a roadside, some kind of roadside attraction or roadside advertisement to advertise something not yet in existence. As Harrison DeNicola bats, the first pitch he sees is taken out toward right field. Toward the corner is McNamee, toward the track to the wall, and it's called a foul ball by the first base umpire, as it looks like it fell just shy of the wall and just foul as McNamee raced into the corner. It's a long strike, 1 on DeNicola. So, the Bureau of Highways threatened to either sue city government or force them to change it. So Florence mayor at the time, as there's a throw over, back safely is Crayport. C.M. Hop Ewing had to come up with some ideas of how to rectify the situation to avoid paying a couple $1,000s to have the whole water tower repainted. The 0-1 misses away. So they came up with a few ideas. They thought maybe they could just cover the words with a giant tarp. And I guess that would fix the problem for all time, at least until the ball was there. The runner goes on the 1-1. It's slapped down the line and left. It gets down, and it looks like it gets out of play for a ground rule double as it bounces shy of the wall and then doesn't quite go over the main wall, but bounces in fair territory and then bounces over what looks like might be a shorter fence right in the corner there, right into the nook where there's a little bit of extra foul territory, not quite right on the line. So runners at second and third, following the Danicola double. And it brings up Jordan Brower with nobody out. The infield is in. First pitch to Brower. He swings and misses through what looked like some kind of a changeup from McQuarrie. Well, finally, Mayor Ewing had his eureka moment. And he drew out on a napkin the letter M. The 0-1, another change. This misses in. Now, if you can think of the letter M, we'll go back to a Sesame Street moment here. And maybe you even want to draw it out on a napkin in front of you. You can see at the top of that letter M, there's a small V right in the center. The 1-1 to Brower misses high. So if you can imagine what Mayor Hop Ewing did, he basically covered up the two farthest ends, the two farthest lines that bookend the letter M. And he left that V at the top and said, if I drew a stem onto that, I'd make the letter Y. The 2-1, swing and a miss at the curve, 2-2. And if I added a stem, I'd make it a Y, add a quick apostrophe, and you have Florence, y'all, right after you cross into Kentucky from Cincinnati. And the sign stuck. It only cost $472 to make the change. So the city, with that bright idea, ended up saving thousands of dollars. 2-2 curve, misses outside. Now a full count on Jordan Brower. Runners at second and third. The infield drawn in. Facing Jordan Brower, who's 0 for 3. Full count from Denver McQuarrie. Ground ball to first. A high hop from Crane. He'll throw to the plate, and it gets by Phillips. One run will score, and I think they ought to make an appeal here because the runner who had just scored safely from home, or at least perhaps if Phillips had been able to get off a throw, had gotten in Phillips' way as he tried to retrieve the baseball. It's that runner's responsibility to get out of the way, so if Phillips had been able to make contact perhaps with Trevor Crayport, the Otters might have been able to get an out there, but a lot easier to Monday morning quarterback on what will likely go down as an error on the first baseman, Riley Crane. It's now a 10-6 game. Danicola advances to third from second. Brower, the batter, goes all the way to second. First pitch curve, outside corner. Well, Crane had done a really excellent job leaping to bring that ball down and make sure it didn't get into the outfield. Tried to fire off a throw home. I mean, if you follow the logic of bringing the infield in down 3, makes sense why you got to try for it. The infield's still in. The breaking ball misses outside. Yep, now a 2-0 count. Also want to make sure we send a special thank you to, as the 2-0 is cut on and missed, to broadcaster here, Danielle King, who was able to run up a bag of popcorn to the press box. Exactly what you need in a long ball game where after the 7th inning stretch, you're reaching the 3-hour mark. 16 runs scored on 15 hits. Unfortunately for the Otters, they lead in the error total 3-1. Runners at second and third, 2-1. Another breaking ball. This misses outside, 3-1. on Will Baker, the center fielder, who walked his last time. Singled and scored a run back in the 5th. Three-one from McQuarrie. The pitch on its way. Fastball misses in, ball 4. Not sure if there's or how much movement there is in that Otters bullpen. They do have a right-hander throwing. And Max Peterson is on out of the dugout. He's going to call for that bullpen. He raises a left hand. We'll see if there's a left-handed pitcher warming. No, I think it's just the righty. Looks like that could be Reed Bukowski, but we'll tell you who it is for sure when we return on the Otters Digital Network in the bottom of the 7th. Otters down by 4, bases loaded. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. The Otters are down by 4, and it's Reed Bukowski on to relieve Denver McQuarrie. First pitch curveball is a called strike on Joe Little. Reed Bukowski, this is his 4th game. He's thrown 3 innings. He's given up 4 runs. Hasn't walked anybody. He has allowed 4 base hits and a home run. Ground ball to the right side. Diving stop by Christopher Pujols. He steps on the bag for 1, but throws away the baseball past the first baseman Crane. So 1 run is in to score. Runners will advance to 2nd and 3rd. It's now an 11-6 game. Credit Christopher Pujols with a great defensive stop to prevent that one from getting down the line in left. Steps on the bag, but a little too quick with the throw. Riley Crane had no shot as it got into right field and was backed up by Elijah McNamee. So Harrison DeNicola scores. Jordan Brower advances to 3rd. Or Jordan Brower, excuse me, he was the one who was made out as Ronnie Tenney takes a strike. When Pujols stepped on the bag, Will Baker advanced to 3rd. And Joe Lytle Advanced to first on a fielder's choice, then second on the error. 0-1 breaking pitch. Called a strike on Tenney. Bukowski 1 strike away here. Perhaps leaving the 12th run at third. The 4th error in the ballgame for the Otters. 0-2. And he grounds this to the left side. Going home with it is De Jesus, and a strong throw to Phillips on the run and charging toward home. An off-balance toss to Phillips gets Will Baker from third. 6-2 the fielder's choice. Cut down is Baker. Advancing to third is Lytle, and Tenney heads over to first base. Now there are 2 gone. 2 home in the inning. Two errors in this inning. 2 errors also in that bottom of the 5th, where the Otters gave up 6 runs. Breaking ball, and Dakota Phillips, as the pitch misses outside, wanted to throw down at the runner Rodney Tenney, but no one was covering the bag. Don't know if that was a designed play of some kind with runners at the corners, but not sure if it was what it would accomplish. It is Taylor Bryant. He's batting with a 1-0 count and runners in scoring position. Breaking ball. Misses in. Bryant 0 for 2, but has walked twice and scored 2 runs. 2-0 from Bukowski. There's the breaking ball in for a strike. Bukowski from Grapevine, Texas. He signed with the Otters heading into this 2021 season. He most recently pitched at Louisiana State University, Alexandria in the shortened 2020 season. A 2-1 slurve maybe from Reed Bukowski. This is just off the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike on the Y'all's third baseman, Bryant. Bukowski finished the 2020 season with a .476 earned run average in just 5 appearances. He struck out 5 and 5 2/3 inning with 1 save mixed in. 3-1. Breaking ball. Called strike outside edge. Early in his college career, Bukowski pitched at Clarendon College. The 24-year-old 5'9" right-hander. 3-2. He fouls this off to the right and out of play. Otters playing the Y'alls in Game 2 of a 3-game set. They took Game 1 by a score of 11-7. They return home Friday at 6:35 to play the Schaumburg Boomers. 3-2. Ground ball, foul, left side. Want to remind you that for that Friday home game, should be a good one. And if you have a group of friends or co-workers who want to come check out historic Bosse Field and the Otters, that they should check out a Corona patio deck. The 3-2 misses ball 4 outside. That will load the bases as Luis Pintor will step to the plate with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th, 11-6 score. So that Friday game, come check out the Corona patio deck for an Otters home game, or you can contact the Otters front office to reserve a party deck on the Corona Extra patio deck. The Corona Extra patio deck is one of the best places to watch the game with an all-you-can-eat menu and unlimited bottled water and soft drinks. Call 812-435-8686 for more information on how you can book your next celebration. Bases loaded, 2 out. First pitch from Bukowski He floats a breaking ball in there for strike one on Luis Pintor. Pintor, he doubled back in the fifth. 1 for 3 and walked his last time up. Ground ball to the right side, and it takes a strange hop on the turf. Nash had to go to his left, it then bounces to his right. 1 run is in, a second comes in to score. The throw goes to third, and in at second base with a single, a 2-run single with 2 out, making this a 13-6 ball game, is Luis Pintor, as the Otters' misfortune continues. And Chad Sedio will be the 9th man to bat in the inning. It's the second time in this game that the Yalls have bat 9 in an inning. They brought 11 men to the plate in the 5th. Two-seamer from Bukowski, a called strike on the outside part of the plate. The Otters and Yalls entered play with the 2 best records in the Frontier League. The 0-1 is fouled back, facing Chad Sedio. Sedio homered back in the 4th. He is 1 for 4. Runners at second and third, 2 out, the 0-2. Breaking pitch, mercifully, strike 3 called. 4 runs in the inning. The Yalls lead 13-6 as we head to the 8th. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network on YouTube Live. bottom of the seventh inning, scored 4 runs for the Yalls. They take a 13-6 lead. Josh Henderson bats now in the top of the 8th. He takes a fastball for ball 1 on the inside part of the plate from Evie Ruibal. The 1-0 is fouled off at the plate. Ruibal relieves Jared Cheek, who is in line for the win since he came on in the 5th inning back when the Otters had extended their lead to 2. They now trail by 7. You can tell how this one's gone. 1-1 to Henderson. He takes this out toward center field. Underneath it coming in is Will Baker. He makes the catch, 1 down. Some defensive changes. You're still keeping score. Taylor Bryant moves over to first base as Jordan Brower comes out of the ball game. The catcher, Trevor Crayport, moves to third. And coming in to man duties behind the dish is Jackson Pritchard. As Trent Nash steps to the plate. First pitch to Nash is a breaking ball, called a strike. 0-1. The Yalls dating back to their time in Erie and Johnstown. The 0-1 fastball at 93 from Ruibal. This is out, 1-1. They've had a number of alumni reach the big leagues. We talked about Chris Yakubauskas last night. The 1-1 is cut on and missed. 93 heater from Ruibal. Tough to catch up to. 1-2. How about Steven Cardullo? Played some for the Colorado Rockies. An interesting fact for Cardullo. He hit his first home run, and then in game 2 of a doubleheader, his first grand slam, as the 1-2 is cut on and missed for strike 3, 2 out. On his birthday, did Steven Cardullo. Not too many major leaguers who've ever done that. And how about the fact that his grand slam that he hit it off of Bud Norris, who played in the Constellation Energy League down in Sugar Land, Texas, where Dakota Phillips, the Otters catcher, also played in 2020. First pitch to Miles Gordon. Breaking ball, misses low, 1-0. But perhaps the most successful would be Chris Yakubauskas. Or actually, let's change that up. Probably not Yakubauskas, as the 1-0 misses in the dirt, who made 1 start in 2010 and not much of a big line score to speak of in 2011, his last year, but probably the all-star Steve Delabar. As the 2-0 misses up, Steve Delabar, former Toronto Blue Jay reliever and submariner, pitched in the big leagues between 2011 and 2016. In 2013 with Toronto, as the 3-0 pitch to Miles Gordon is a called strike on the fastball. Delabar was added to the MLB fan vote ahead of the All-Star game. And the fans who loved his story in the American League propelled him as the 3-1 is grounded to the right side and through the hole into right field. It's a base hit for Miles Gordon. That's his second hit today. He's aboard with 2 out. They loved his story, so they sent him to the 2013 and
Getting ready and
Energy.
We
keeping fit
love
for
our
baseball
children
season
and want
is
them to be
hard
healthy.
work.
Energy.
After
That's
all,
why
a
you'll
healthy
find
child can make
Evan
for a
at
happy
Bob's
child.
Gym.
When you
of
choose
pure
Anthem Blue
sunshine.
Cross and Blue Shield,
We are
you have
increasing
great
solar
doctors
in our
and great
balanced and
care to
reliable
help
energy
your child
mix
stay
as we
healthy.
power our
And
world
that
with
is
more
something to
clean
smile
and
about.
renewable energy.
Choose Anthem
We're
to help
bringing a
keep
little
your
piece of
children
the sun
healthy
to
and
every home
happy.
and business
Enroll
while
today.
reducing
Call
carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner
1-800-403-0864.
Getting fit,
To learn more,
having
visit
fun, being an Otter. Feel like Evan. Try a
www.anthem.com/enlist.
free
Smart energy
3-day
future.
pass at Bob's.
Delabar was drafted in 2003 in the 29th round as the 0-1 is cut on and missed by the San Diego Padres. But in his 2009 season in the Can-Am League, which has since been absorbed into the Frontier League, the 0-2 coming to DeJesus. He fouls us off to the left. Delabar fractured his right elbow. And the injury was so serious. Now, this was a couple years after playing with the Florence Freedom in the Frontier League. The injury was so serious that he had to have inserted into his elbow a steel plate with 9 screws. Yeah, that's a lot, and you can imagine how it would be hard to pitch after that. So he did not play professional baseball at all in 2010. 0-2 coming to DeJesus is a ground ball to the left side. Diving stop by the shortstop, Pintor. The throw to first is in time to get Andy DeJesus. Wow. Couple of great defensive gems from Luis Pinto. Turn the Otters away in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. 13-6 our score. Florence with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network, and we'll come back for the end of that Steve Delabar story when we return right after this. Bottom of the 8th, Reed Bukowski on for his first full inning of work in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gets a strike called on Trevor Crayport. The 0-1, another slider, another pitch that will be a strike after a foul ball. It's 0-2. Otters down 13-6 in the bottom of the 8th. Crayport, the All's catcher. The 0-2 on its way. Fastball just misses apparently. 1-2 now. We were talking about Steve Delabar, who would end up becoming an MLB All-Star eventually after pitching for the Florence Freedom, as there's a slow roller foul of third. Pujols will pick it up just foul of the third base bag. Toss it in the stands. We'll have another 1-2. So Delabar pitched in Florence in 2008. Then the Brockton Rocks of the Can-Am Association, the league that has since been absorbed by the Frontier League. And his 2009 season ended with a fractured right elbow. That's where we left it off. The 1-2, a breaking pitch. No swing as it misses outside from Trevor Crayport. Able to hold up in time. So Delabar did not play professionally in 2010. Instead, guess what? He worked as a substitute teacher in his hometown of Elizabethton, Kentucky. The 2-2 misses in. The only kind of playing he did competitively was playing slow pitch softball. And believe it or not, he went down to Louisville. The 3-2, a late decision to swing on the breaking ball from Trevor Crayport, comes up empty. It's a strikeout for Bukowski, the first out in the bottom of the 8th. Delabar showed he could swing it a little bit with a bat, winning the Louisville Invitational Tournament Home Run Derby 2010. And so in that same time, he was offering his services as an assistant coach at the high school where he was a substitute teacher. His former professional baseball player. Hasn't made the major leagues yet. First pitch to Nikola misses outside. So Delabar begins to work on a conditioning program with his young players and his students for some. And as he works on it and tweaks it, Delabar, who has not really done much recovery from surgery, begins to throw, and he's able to get his fastball after surgery back to the 92, 97 mile per hour range. Can you believe it? A liner in the left past the diving shortstop, Andy DeJesus, who dove to his right. It's a one-out base hit for Harrison DeNicola. There will be a runner on with one out. So with this fastball now that he's been able to build with a throwing program that he created, working with these high schoolers, he's able to pique the interest of the Seattle Mariners to get them to sign him in 2011. And in 2011, a year later, after being a substitute teacher, as the first pitch breaking ball to Draxton Pritchard is in there for a strike, he's on for Jordan Brower to pinch hit after coming on a half inning ago as a defensive replacement. The 0-1, another breaking ball, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Bukowski leaps out ahead. So he sailed through the minor leagues in 2011. First, he pitched at High A, High Desert Mavericks for the Mariners. As an 0-2 breaking ball's in there, called third strike. Bukowski has his second punch out of the inning and third going back to the 7th. Then he gets promoted to the Double-A Jackson Generals out in Tennessee, then the Triple-A Tacoma Rainiers. And by September 6th, for the expansion of the rosters, Delabar is called up to the Seattle Mariners. Making his debut on September 11th. And then he gets traded to the Toronto Blue Jays on July 30th, 2012. About a year later, as Will Baker takes a strike on a curveball for outfielder Eric Thames, who would end up becoming a Milwaukee Brewer. if you follow the National League Central at all. And then, in the first half of 2013, and because of this season, as the 0-1 breaking pitch is a called strike, it's 0-2. Delabar went 5-1 in the first half with a 158 earned run average, striking out 57 in 40 innings over 35 games played. The 0-2, breaking ball misses off the plate. So when fans heard about this story, this former substitute high schooler who played in indie ball, who had a fractured elbow, and came back to pitch in the big leagues and then go on a run like that, they rewarded him by sending him to New York for the 2013 All-Star Game. The 1-2 to Baker is a breaking pitch that misses just off the plate again, 2-2. On Baker, the Y'all's center fielder. Delabar would end up pitching until 2016. He was with the Blue Jays until the 2015 season, then wrapped up his career with the Cincinnati Reds, at least in Major League Baseball, though he continued to try to get back into baseball. He went to play Japanese ball with the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. Signed a contract with the Cleveland Indians in 2017. Was in the Rangers organization in 2018. As there's a slow roller to the shortstop to Jesus. He tosses underhand to the bag at second for a scoreless inning for Reed Bukowski with a couple of punch-outs. We head to the top of the ninth. Last chance for the Otters. They're down 7. It's 13-6 in Florence. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Top of the ninth inning in Florence. Y'alls with a 13-6 lead over the Evansville Otters. First pitch to Elijah McNamee is fouled off. Back behind the plate and out of play. Off to the left still, Evie Ruibal on the mound. Facing McNamee, Crane, and Phillips. McNamee looking for a base hit. That would extend his current 8-gamer. The 0-1. is fouled back 90 miles an hour from Rui Ball. The Otters had a 6-4 lead entering the bottom of the fifth. The Alls came storming back. They scored 6. An 0-1, excuse me, an 0-2 is fouled back. Then they scored 4 in the 7th to really put it out of reach. The 0-2, ground ball to the right side. Second baseman, DeNicola, he has it right around his shins, and he throws on to Bryant at first for the first out of the ninth. And it looks like, barring some kind of Herculean comeback here, McNamee's hitting streak will come to an end. It brings up Riley Crane. He's 0 for 4. First pitch, breaking ball, called a strike, outside part of the plate. The Otters' first baseman. Oh, 1. Another curveball, another strike. The Otters will take on the Yalls again tomorrow in what might be, what probably will be, the rubber match of this 3-game series. Yalls will move back into sole possession of first place with a win tonight. The Otters will try to take it back as an 0-2 misses in the dirt in a game from right around 5:30 Central. They like odd start times here in Florence. Why wouldn't you? 1-2 coming. Foul ball from Crane. Then after Thursday, the Otters will return home to Bosse Field to take on the Schaumburg Boomers for the first of 3 and a 9-game homestand. 1-2 to Crane. Fastball misses up and away. 2-2 now on the Otters' first baseman. Two coming to Crane. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now the Otters down to their final out. It'll be a 5:34 start time tomorrow. As Dakota Phillips steps in, 1 for 4. Otters took the first lead in this one back in the first. Top half went up 1-0. The Alls never gave in. First pitch curveball to Phillips, 0-1. The 0-1 to Phillips. Fastball misses away, 1-1. It's the second time a team has scored 13 runs off the Otters. The Boomers did it Saturday night in Schaumburg. The 1-1. Foul tipped at the plate, 1-2. Now the Otters down to their final strike. Looking like they will fall to 9-4 on the season, and that Florence will be the first team in the Frontier League to 10 victories. The 1-2 to Phillips. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Pitches in the dirt. They'll throw down to first. Bryant at first has it. He steps on the bag for the final out in this one. A 13-6 victory for the Florence Yalls. Send them to 4 losses and 10 wins on the season and into sole possession of first place. A game back of them are the 9-4 Evansville Otters. The Otters had 6 runs on 9 hits, but costly errors, 4 total, allowed the Yalls to put together a 6-run 5th and a 4-run 7th, which together, those 10 runs would really help cement this one. 13 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for the Yalls. The win for them goes to Jared Cheek. And we're going to check who will officially take the loss for the Otters. I believe it goes to Tyler Vale, but want to make sure. There were 2, 3, 4 runs scored. Yep, in the bottom of the 5th inning before Tyler Vale would be taken out of the ball game. So Vale takes the loss, his 2nd of the season, and the win, as we mentioned, goes to Jared Cheek. That'll do it here from Florence. Catch us tomorrow night as the Otters look to bounce back and fight their way back into first place in the West Division in the Frontier League when we return for what is, we'll check one more time just to make sure, is a 5:34 start time here in Florence. 5:34 Central. We'll be on the air at 5:20 for a pregame show on YouTube Live. I'm Ryan Brown. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Sorry it didn't go the way of the Otters, but it might tomorrow as these 2 teams, the 2 best in the Frontier League, face off for the rubber match of a 3-game set here in Florence. Thank you all very much and have a very good night.